Good morning. Just want to say a couple of quick words to you. I was reading in Luke this morning, Luke chapter 7, where Jesus is praising John. What I find out first in 24 is the comparisons that he uses. Let me read a little bit of that. He says, "And when the messengers of John had left, he began to speak to the multitudes about John." And this is Jesus speaking. He says, "What did you go into the wilderness to look at? A reed shaken by the wind?" Basically, a reed next to the water. They could pull them up, flatten them down, let them dry, and that's what they would use like paper. They would etch their stuff on it after it dried. Didn't last, but just a little while. But it it was something. Um, the reeds, as the wind blew, they would go one way or the other. They were insignificant because it could be bent to whatever you needed. Jesus saying, "Did you go to see someone that was just going to bend whichever way the wind blew?" He doesn't want people to stand up and just go whichever way the world wants them to go. He wants them to stand up strong for Him. If someone is being Christ-like, it's not the ones that's weak and just going to bow down, or just going to say, "You know what? You're right. I offended you with the word, so let's change the word." It doesn't work that way. There was one Creator. It's His word. We all answer to Him. It's not ours. He wants people to stand up for Him, to honor Him, not every single way the wind blows. Now it goes on, says, "But what did you go out to see? A man dressed in soft clothing? Behold, those are in splendor clothing and live in luxury are found in royal palaces." It doesn't want someone teaching and preaching to Him that never is touched by the trials and the hardships of life. Let the ones in palaces minister to the ones in palaces. But for the ones in the ditches, He calls others in the ditches. I've done more counseling, I've done more one on one messaging to those in the exact same place that He brought me out of. No matter where you're at, you have so much experience and stuff that He can work through you to reach others if you'll let Him. You're special in His eyes, and He has a plan for each one of you. It doesn't take somebody high might or power or luxury. He can take the ones on the street. He can take the ones no matter where they're at or where they've come from to reach others. But what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I say to you, and one who is more than a prophet. This is the one about whom it is written, "Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who will prepare your way before you." I say to you, among those born of women, there is no one greater than John, yet he who is least in the kingdom of God is greater than he. See, these prophets of God, they had to tell what God wanted them to say, no matter the cost. Some of them tortured to death. Some of them, they say, was shown asunder, put into a hollowed out tree log and cut and sawed in half. I mean, brutal murders, tied between horses, you name it. All because they stood up for what God said to stand up for. Because I know this life is only but an instant. They know that after this life, we stand before Him that sent us, that created us. And they want to honor Him in everything they do. That's a prophet. That's the one that's standing on the Word and not being moved around by every whim of the world. I know we're not perfect, but that's the reason when we ask the Lord to show us where we're right or where we're wrong by His Word, not by the teachings of man or of others, but by His Word, and we stand on that. It's the only thing that's unchanging. Even science changes over a period of time, but His Word, it's been there. It hasn't changed. And the same meaning behind it then, if you keep it in context, the same meaning today. And it was given by one that created you, that loves you, and wants to walk beside you. But He's not going to walk beside someone in evil. He'll wait for them to ask Him to lead them. And He's right there with you. The meaning for this to me, if you're trying to live a godly life, doesn't mean you have to be a doormat. It's right the opposite. When it comes to your faith or believing what the Word says, it does not mean you have to cater to what society and those around you think it should mean. Stand firm on His Word. You have someone powerful in the whole entire universe on your side when you do. May God bless. Put God first, and He'll be with you through it all. Amen.